everybody else. We've been around tornadoes and they've never hit us, and we didn't think this one would either. And the sirens went off, and we had a friend from the National Weather Service in Dodge City call us and say, hey, they just called this thing a tornado emergency, make sure you're in shelter. So, and we were downstairs when it finally got really bad. We were in the basement, but we took further cover. We weren't under there very long when it got really loud, and I mean, there was hail, there was wind, and our back door that we'd left open to the screen door, the inside door slammed very hard, and then all the glass started breaking throughout the house, and we heard that, and then our ears popped with quite a bit of pressure, and we knew something pretty bad was going on, and it just kept getting louder and louder and louder, and then it kind of calmed for just a little bit, and then it came back, and so we don't know how long we were under there for sure, but it felt like we were under 20 minutes from when the really bad wind started hitting until we felt like it was safe to come out. So our basement held together, but my first trip up the back stairs, when I turned and looked through the kitchen, I could see that the front half of our house was gone. It was just not there. I was looking out into the street to rubble, and a neighbor's house across the street that was demolished, and the only way you could see it was in the lightning strikes. We took a little while to kind of gather ourselves and make sure we had shoes and all, and get out of the house, and then it took us a while to get out the back door because it was jammed tight with debris up against it on the outside as well as some on the inside, and broken glass, and so it took us a while. By the time we got out, you could hear a lot of people who had already come out or were getting out, and everybody was saying, are you okay, are you okay? Neighbors were trying to make sure that neighbors were okay. When we got back into our house on the following Monday, we had lots of friends who had come and offered to help us out, and so we had trailers, stock trailers lined up, and pickups lined up, and we used family's Kirk Brother pickup with a top over it to ferry stuff back and forth from our house out to where the stock trailers were lined up out at the west edge of town. And we gathered up what we could out of the rubble, and we kind of knew as we went down the highway from our house to the east side of town that night, you could kind of see, but when we came back in on Monday, you're just in shock, and we were still in shock, and so
well, we were in shock, and we had a mission. We had to figure out what we had to do.
Yeah.
And we couldn't tarry and worry about stuff, just get the job done.
Right.
The other thing that morning was that the silence. The whole town was just silent. There were no birds, there were no animals.
That's true.
The people were quiet, they were busy working.
Yeah.
But in the middle of all that, every once in a while you'd hear, woohoo! That meant we found something good.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And that was kind of fun, just to hear, and you could holler at your neighbor from the middle of your house to the middle of it, go, hey Erica, how are you? And so it was it was like a community just seeking and silently finding things in it. Yeah. That afternoon, the neighbor across the street was standing on her foundation. Her house was actually over by our house. And she had a basket in her hand, and I said, how's it going, Connie? And she said, she had this little basket, and she said, I can't fill this, I don't have anything. Mm-hmm. When I look back, and think what I remember the most. It's not, I mean, it's like I was saying, meeting your neighbors, but it was afterwards when people piled in here with love and kindness, and they gave us hope just by being here. And they made us say, we can do this, you know, because they think enough to come meet with us and care for us. That means we're going to make it. So that was the biggest blessing. And that's what I remember the most. I remember those faces. I remember what they said. And it's really what carries you.